like Pepe. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World of Weights live on sports.com. I'm your boy Easy Joe, my guy Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth back in the booth. Hit the like button if you guys have already. 5-star reviews on all podcast platforms. Got a big show for you guys today. Interesting show for you guys today. There's a segment in there about Jared Goff that I didn't expect to agree with, but I do. We have Dose of Dion join the show. Both of Dose of Dion 2.0. If you guys are Detroit Lions fans, real Detroit Lions fans, you probably already subscribed. But if not, he'll be joining us. He's also with Bleacher Report. We kind of cried the first 2 weeks. For sure the second week over Jalen Carter.
Yep.
But there was like a girlfriend number 2 in that situation.
Yeah.
Collage
See him shining somewhere else.
Yeah.
Hurts even more.
Which one? Oh, I'm talking about someone else.
Jalen Carter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that too, yeah. I was talking about the girl that like wasn't as hot as the first girl, but you would say yes to you, Kalijah Cansey.
He hasn't even played yet.
He played game 1, got hurt. I guess he's supposed to be coming back this week, allegedly.
I'm not worried about Kalijah Cansey.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Break down who really are these Buccaneers? Like are we? We'll talk about it. But first things first. Obviously, we're big MMA fans, big UFC fans. Mm-hmm. Last night, a card was decimated.
Yes.
Charles Oliveira, former lightweight champion, was set to fight. I can't think of his name right now. Islam Makhachev.
Yep.
Cut his eyebrow wide open. That fight was thrown off. Boo-hoo, sad. I was upset. But
yeah,
then,
it sucks.
You see who replaced him?
Yeah.
Alex Volkanovski.
Yep.
So now you got Islam versus Alex Volkanovski 2. And it's on 2 weeks' notice. But still, that's a banger of a fight.
Volk's the man for that, dude.
Volk is the man.
He said, I'll take him. Let me have him.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll go out there and get him.
I'll take a whack.
I'll take a whack at him.
Take a piss at it.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, literally, if you guys don't know MMA, even people who do know MMA, obviously Islam, like those Russian guys, they kind of hold you down, the Dagestanis. And, like, Volk is just punching, like, come on, let's fucking, like, get the fuck off me, let's fight. So that's a rematch that's happening. By the way, actually, first take on that.
I want Volk to win, dude. I love Volk.
Are you nervous 2 weeks notice, though?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, against
5
Islam.
rounds.
Islam's a dog, and 2 weeks notice is never easy for anybody, especially when you're fighting up. But
yeah,
I got Volk, man. Give me Volk.
Still?
Yeah.
Fuck it, mate. We're running on the dog
parlay. Running for the dogs.
And then more UFC breaking news. There's a co-main event. Excuse me, I burp. Apologize. At a co-main event in that card, and it was Paulo Costa versus Khamzat Chimaev. Another Dagestani, another wrestle fucker, if you will. And Paulo Costa to pull out. He had bursitis on his elbow or something like that.
Yeah.
Did you see who replaced him? I think I told you actually for the show. Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
Was making his middleweight debut against Khamzat Chimaev. Now that is more interesting to me, although still 2 weeks.
Still 2 weeks notice.
Finally, a wrestler. Like that's the thing about these the Dagestanis. I feel like that we never get to see them go against like
another
the American,
wrestler.
You know, the American wrestlers.
Yeah,
because it's I don't know. That one I'm more excited for.
That's gonna be a good fight. They're both gonna be good fights. Like it's the two main fights of the card got obliterated, but now they're even better. So that's hype.
Yeah, I think Kamal's UFC career, I don't think he had ever been taken down until Leon had caught him.
Yeah,
because Leon's not like
a wrestler at all.
Yeah, he's not really a wrestler like that. So Leon got him in their first fight. So Kamaru can wrestle, and obviously he's got hands. He knocked out Jorge Masvidal. That's gonna be a banger.
Hell yeah.
Who you got in that one?
Probably Khamzat.
Yeah.
It's just
me too. Just 2 weeks notice.
2 weeks notice. New weight division. Yeah, Khamzat's a fucking beast. Gilbert Burns was tagging him up in their last fight though. But
that's true.
So we'll see. That should be a good fight though.
I'm looking up. So Khamzat Chimaev's 6'2". Kamaru's 6 foot, so a little bit bigger. Hey, we'll figure it out, man. That one's gonna be a middleweight. I love MMA for that reason. Just wild. You literally never know what's gonna happen. Branch, little injury update for the Detroit Lions. Bring it back to football a little bit. Brian Branch actually didn't practice today. Didn't participate. And the same thing for Gibbs, but Amon-Ra was limited.
Yeah.
How you taking that news?
Amon-Ra's gonna play. There's no doubt in my mind. Amon-Ra's gonna play. He's gonna get out there for sure. Branch and Gibbs, we'll see. Obviously, a hammy with Gibbs is that shit lingers. Lingerer. Like,
Lingerer.
especially
man.
with, like, a quick guy like that who does a lot, on his burst and his speed. Those hamstrings can really stick around for a little while, but hopefully he's good to go. And then Branch, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. It sucks, too, because, like, early prediction, I know it's Wednesday, midweek, but, like, it sounds like Gibbs isn't about to be out there.
Yeah.
Which David Montgomery's been shouldering a load either way. But it makes sense, though. It's not. I don't think it's, like, anything to be, like, scared of, just because the injury happened so late in the week last week. It was a Friday when it happened.
Yeah, it does suck.
Branch just sucks because I wanted to see him continue that Defensive Player of the Year candidacy that he was
Rookie
of the Year player.
Yeah,
Rookie of the Year player. What the fuck I was going for right there?
Rookie Player of the Year.
Defensive Rookie of the Year candidacy. But it is what it is. You think he still has a shot?
Yeah, I mean, if he misses this
actually-
game, it's only 2 games, so it's a long season.
Never mind.
What?
Jalen Carter's winning that fucking thing.
Well, I mean, he could miss a game here and there.
Jalen Carter's about to enter Defensive Player of the Year conversations.
No, he's not.
Oh, he is. He's in there right now.
I don't think so.
Check-
TJ Watt has 8 sacks. Or
Hey,
TJ Watt.
I think Carter's got 4. Actually, JB, will you pull up the Defensive Player of the Year odds? I'm kind of curious where he's on there. I know that. He's closer to that than Goff's closer than MVP. I'm just saying. They're probably about the same, if I'm being honest with you. If you had to rank your candidates right now before JB reads them, you're looking them up. You're
Yeah,
cheating.
I don't see Jalen Carter on here.
I'd probably go.
This is as of yesterday.
TJ Watt has 8 sacks.
Yeah.
He has
Wow.
8 sacks for real.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Miles Garrett's
Let me
got to
see.
be
I
there.
don't believe you. Holy shit! He has 8 sacks already.
Yeah. I know you don't believe anything I say, but yeah,
That's
I know stuff
insane.
sometimes.
You sound like super sensitive over there.
Yeah, Micah Parsons is number 1, which I don't know how TJ Watt isn't number 1 with 8 sacks, but he's 3rd. Aiden Hutchinson's 4th. But it goes Parsons plus 220, Myles Garrett plus 275, TJ Watt plus 300, and then Hutch plus 1,500. I don't see
It's mad
Witherspoon's
racist.
on there.
Witherspoon's on there, and Jalen Carter's not.
Jalen Carter is not.
That is wild. That what site is that?
This is FanDuel.
That's crazy. I don't understand how Witherspoon. I guess he'd have.
Or DraftKings, sorry.
Oh, it is what it is, my boy. Shout out to John. I'm gonna have him clip this one. It's back to the Jaden Ivey stuff. It feels more real now than it did the initial time because he's spoken to the media now.
Yeah.
James Edwards III had the quote from Monty Williams talking about referring to Jaden Ivey coming off the bench. Obviously, Alec Burks got the nod in preseason game 1, but when asked about it, he's like, "Yeah, Burks was actually only there because Bojan wasn't healthy."
Yeah.
And he's even more of a mind fuck. You're like, wait, what? Like, so then, I guess I'm asking you, Chris, and JB too. Does that mean that Asora's starting at the 2 or the 3?
I mean, yeah, it's those guys. It doesn't really matter where they're starting offensively. Like Asor's going to guard the best player on the team, so whether that's the 2 or the 3 or the 4, Asor's going to be the guy guarding them.
Ooh, the 4.
So if it like Kevin Durant plays the 4, so if he's out there, Asor will probably be guarding him. If their shooting guard is the best player, Asor will be on him. If it's a small forward, Asor will be on him. If he is starting in the lineup. So I don't know if the positions really matter. It's with Monty, it is truly positionless basketball. So we'll see. They're going to put Bojan, if he's starting, on the easiest person to guard on the other team.
I ain't no ball, huh?
You're on your victory
This
lap
is our
right
press
now.
for winning. Tom Gore spent the bag. The highest coaching contract in basketball history for Monty Williams. The priority, winning basketball games. What I've always said. Jaden's nice. I've never said he wasn't. Jaden's my issue was I thought he was too good to be a 2. I don't know if you know how to fall in line into that role next to a Cade Cunningham. And I wanted Cade surrounded by shooters. And I said if you're going to be that size, you're be on this team, you got to be elite at what? 3-point shooting or defense? Now, he surprised the 3-point, I should say. Surprised me at the 3-point shooting. He was a lot better than I expected year 1. A lot better than I expected year 1. Not going to say elite, but a lot better. But the shooting, when you have a Cade Cunningham, I just said, defense and shooters. Surround him with that. And Jaden Ivey's still a great piece. And at some point, he's still probably going to start for this team. Mm-hmm. It's just when he falls in that role, when he falls in that line of what Monty needs him to do when it comes to winning basketball games.
Yeah.
Numbers are nice. Russell Westbrook, triple-double season. History, MVPs, all that stuff like that. Has he ever won the finals? The only time he's gone was KD. Mm-hmm. They didn't win. I mean, they were up against it, obviously, that Miami team, but, like,
yeah.
This is different, man. It's different. We had the whole conversation last year when I was bitching about it, too, is like, I'm just more of a fit guy than I am a talent guy. And then talent does come into the equation, too, but it has to fit. We talked about with Kyrie and Luka, LeBron and Westbrook. Like, we've seen so many of these superstar tandems that would never turn into anything because they're just two good basketball players, but it's never really fit on the court together. In a winning sense, I should say. And that's what I think was going on. Chris, you're turning red.
Yeah, because I think it's way too early to make that, and I think you're taking your victory lap too early.
No.
I see your point. Like, I've always disagreed with it, but saw your point as somewhat valid. But at the end of the day, the reason why Ivy is off the bench is because your four best shooters are Monte Morris, Alec Burks, Joe Harris, and Bojan. And in today's NBA, you can't have all four of them on the bench. Like you said, Cade Cunningham with shooters is a good option. But you know what is also good with Cade Cunningham? A guard with elite athleticism and slashing ability that can get to rim. That can also hit the open three, which Ivy showed at his percentage, catch and shoot 36%. That's respectable. That's all you need next to Cade Cunningham. You obviously you want elite shooters, but if you get respectable like Ivy was, then yeah, that's definitely workable. So I think what it is the roster as constructed currently right now is lacking a lot of shooting across the board. The best shooters on this team are guards. And obviously Cade Cunningham being a guard, obviously Ivy being a guard, that's a fit issue. But in terms of the grand scheme of things, Cade and Ivy can definitely work. If Duren could shoot the three, Stu could shoot the three, and Asar could shoot the three, Cade and Ivy would be starting as a backcourt, and they'd be great, and they'd be winning games. So
cute.
I think you're just taking your victory lap a little too early.
So cute. It is. Hey, I'll let you believe that. I'll stand aside of ball nose. All right. You want, and I think obviously, and I said this last night too, and I just do that because like the droves of fucking 12-year-old Pistons fans that are attacking me when I had that initial take. Mm-hmm. But me growing up as a Pistons fan, when I was their age, I got to see the 04 Pistons.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing about the 04 Pistons wasn't the talent.
It was the fit.
It was the fit. That's the basketball that I grew up with. And the talent matters, but it has to fit. I think Ivy will. If he can't be molded into what Monty wants him to be, might get cashed in for Devin Booker. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's still a lot of games to be played. Obviously, a regular season game hasn't even been played yet, so you might be taking your victory lap a little early, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on with the Pistons when the preseason ends. But first, let me tell you guys about Big Boy. Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. It's burger time. Try the best burger or the new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Craving chicken, they got the Dolly chicken sandwich. Or turn up the heat with Bob's hot chicken sandwich. Upgrade your fries to chili cheese or baked potato fries. And they got the Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake and funnel cake fries. All that and more at Big Boy.
Let me tell you about Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer. With 18 locations, there's always a Feldman in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the nearest location to you. They have the best car buying experience. It's called the Feldman Advantage. Catch Woodward Sports there every other Monday, live at Chevrolet of Novi. Every other Monday. I'll see you guys when we come back.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like a landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Do you have football in the brain?
Yes.
The fall's the perfect time to usher in college and professional football. Apologize, almost messed that one up. Fall's also the perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. Shop like a pro at Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports and they cover you too. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance at swissins.com or call 248-800-4177. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live at Woodsports.com. Lower Easy Jumbo guys from Raxter.
What up, though?
Yo, Chris, JB Smooth. Chris, what are you making faces about? What's going on?
I'm just laughing at you, man. I'm just laughing at you.
It's cute.
I think it's
It's cute. Lot of you blinded by your fandom. It's cute. I've been there. I was 12 once. I grew out of that. Now I'm a 3X.
Life comes at you fast.
Life comes at you fast. Like fast food. Try it. No, I'm just kidding. Goes into another ad read. Now I saw a comment already in the Woodward Sports chat that called me a hater. I love it. I'll embrace it. Again, some of you are blinded by your fandom, but I always keep it real when it comes to keeping it real. Chris, did you have a chance to download that video?
I did.
I don't even know how to introduce this. I'm just going to allow you guys to hear it yourselves. This is Larry Foote, by the way, former Michigan Wolverine. Detroit.
Well, I remember he was drafted because I was in Arizona. Probably his only bad year, in my opinion, probably his rookie year. As soon as McVay, his second year, he just took off. And he's a good, savvy quarterback. What's unique about him, I put him in that group with Brady and Manning as far as the play action. They sell it. They do a good job selling it. And, as a linebacker, that can be tricky because it looks the same.
Now, this is Detroit native.
Yep.
Michigan Wolverine. And he's because I forgot to preface it. He's talking about Jared Goff. Mm-hmm. Jared Goff. Can you play the just one more time? I know that so many hates when I do this, but just one more time, just so we can make sure we heard the right thing. It's about Jared Goff.
Well, I remember he was drafted because I was in Arizona. Probably his only bad year, in my opinion, probably his rookie year. As soon as McVay, his second year, he just took off. And he's a good, savvy quarterback. What's unique about him, I put him in that group with Brady and Manning as far as the play action. They sell it. They do a good job.
Tom Brady and Payton Manning? Could that be the Brady and Manning that he's speaking of?
I mean, he didn't say he is the same quarterback as Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. He said when it comes to play action,
Yes.
which we know Jared Goff is very good at, that is when he puts up his best stats and has his numbers, is excelling in play action. So I don't think Larry Foote is saying he is in the same group of quarterback as Tom Brady or Peyton Manning all around. But when it comes to play action, he is. And that I can see. Jared Goff is very good in play action. When he has a solid running game, that's when he thrives. We saw it with Todd Gurley. We're seeing it now in Detroit. So yeah, I mean, he sells it very well. He had the one against I can't remember what team it was, but he faked the not handoff. He acted like he had the ball so well.
Yeah.
The defensive end came in and sacked him and was flexing and everything, but he'd already given rid of the ball 5 seconds ago, and he got a late hit on the quarterback flag for it. So yeah, he's very good at faking the handoff and not faking the handoff and making sure things go. So we know he is very skilled and he's top in the league at play action.
You want to hear something? I think Larry Foote is right.
Yeah.
100% right. I mean, off the top of my head, I almost feel like almost any San Francisco 49ers defense will be in the conversation. I'm sorry, San Francisco 49ers quarterback will be in the conversation. But off the top of my head, maybe Lamar back in the Greg Roman offense, but Jared Goff might be the best quarterback when it comes to the play action. That's when he excels the most.
Yes.
That's why, I mean, the Detroit offense, that's why like a lot of people try to like give him these MVP nods or top 5 nods and stuff like that. I'm like, he's built off of the run game. He's built off of the play action. You see Detroit Lions finally got a run game going. You see Jared Goff come to life. On top of that, shout out to Ben Johnson for helping him with that. And also shout out to Jared Goff because Dan Orlowski dropped a video and he liked it. I don't know if he peeps I'm a Jared Goff hater or not. I don't know why the hell he would be liking my stuff because he don't ever answer my DMs.
Yeah.
Send nudes, whatever.
Up?
Yeah. But I said, hats off to Goff because he broke down a run play. When quarterbacks do this all the time, but Jared Goff was new to this. Dan Campbell talked about it last year, calling out protections. Mm-hmm. As you hit the line, you're doing the hot routes, you're saying, okay, you're identifying the Will, the Mike, the Sam. That's who you have to people to key in on that. When they talk about hats on hats, when we're talking about blockers, the quarterback needs to identify that sometimes for a fullback that may not be able to see the entire backfield of the team. Jared Goff's been doing that pretty well within this Ben Johnson offense. Dan Campbell, Mark Brunell, fantastic job at allowing Jared Goff to grow into that type of quarterback. And by gone, he's elite at it.
Yeah, he is. He's extremely elite. We've known that. You look at his numbers throughout his career, and he's always been elite at that. And obviously, having a good running back or a good running game helps out any quarterback. It's not just Jared Goff who is better when their running game is better. It makes every quarterback's job easier when your offensive line is working, when your running back is getting yards, because it keeps the defense guessing. You can run it on any down or you can pass it on any down. And when you have great, sleight of hand with the handoffs, it makes it even harder for a defense to know what's going on. So, yeah, he's very good at that. He's very good at faking those handoffs and making things happen in play action.
And I don't want to turn this into a negative segment because I do want to speak highly of Jared Goff because he is that in the play action. But I gotta these comments come through. I just can't be letting them come at me. I'm a hater. Sonny Dykes, this is from a tour. It looks like Sean McVay, now Ben Johnson, all made their name because of Goff. That is the wildest shit in the fucking world to say. The wildest shit. If Jared Goff is out here making coordinators, what the fuck happened to Anthony Lynn? If Jared Goff is out here making coordinators, what happened to Jeff Fisher and his entire staff?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just that's a new level of dick sucking. I understand wanting to be in the corner for your guy, but saying Jared Goff made Sean McVay is ridiculous.
Come on, bro.
That is actually,
what are we doing?
Is pretty fucking wild.
Before we get into more of that, let me tell you guys about Woodward Nights coming up next after the heavyweights from 8 to 10 all weekdays, hosted by Booner and Broder. Make sure you check it out. Two of the hottest young upcoming talents in Detroit sports talk. It is Booner and Broder with Woodward Nights, weekdays from 8 to 10 p.m.
But yeah, I wanted to put that in there. I wanted to appease the Goff gobblers, give them their fresh piece of chicken, you throw it off to the alligators.
It's true. And that's, you keep it real. You keep it honest. And when something like that is said that we see happen, that you can statistically back of his numbers in play action, his numbers with a good running back in a scheme where they run the ball very well are much better. Yeah, makes sense.
That's exactly it. And that's why I don't want to. I don't care. I get it. Again, the fans are blinded. They're going to throw you wherever they throw you. And you don't call him an MVP, but I give credit where credit's due. But when you start leading the conversation towards conversations that name doesn't even belong in, I'm not going to participate. I'm sorry, it's just not my cup of tea.
Burn in the Woodward Sports chat says Sean McVay never won without an elite QB. Checkmate. LOL. Also, Jeff Fisher was a bum at that point.
Jared Goff is an elite QB, so there's that.
He won without Jared Goff. Yeah, literally won a Super Bowl.
Won a Super Bowl without Jared Goff. And Jared Goff
I don't know, man. It feels like it's getting it's a disease. It's getting worse and worse as time goes on. They're gonna be in the corner hey, you said Jared Goff and you didn't say he's the best quarterback in the league.
It's Goff skill.
They're turning into fucking Gollum. My precious Jared Goff, my precious. Relax, guys. You give him his credit when he deserves it for sure. But saying he made Ben Johnson and Sean McVay is blasphemous dick sucking. It's my quarterback.
It's truly laughable as shit. There's a great skill in Game of Thrones. It's Goff skill. It's just spreading like a disease,
for
man.
sure.
And I get it. It's Detroit. I'm a Detroit Lions fan. And when this team is winning for the first time in my lifetime, and winning with expectations of winning, it's a different feeling. And you fall in love with that. So you're this is it. This is the only way to do it. This is our first time seeing winning football. That's why we feel this way.
And I want you guys to know that you're the fucking problem. This is your fault. This was a segment where we were giving props to Jared Goff.
Yes!
Where we were saying Jared Goff does this at an elite level. We give This whole year, what have I said? Jared Goff is playing great. Hats off to him. He is playing winning football. He's doing what he needs to do. I love to see it. We were literally saying he's elite at something in this segment. You guys are like, no, it's not enough. He made Sean McVay. It's like, yeah, like, you guys need to chill, for real.
And if you guys want a dose of your fandom, I got the guy coming up. Dose of Dion will be joining the show at 5:30. I just got to make sure he's got that link to join us. And maybe we'll bring up the conversation with him. But it's obvious. It's undeniable how great Goff is when it comes to the play action.
Yeah.
And and you heard a linebacker himself speak on it. And that was Larry Foote. What, you going to say something else?
No.
Oh. Sorry. I don't know. I heard you and Neil talking about the Jared Goff's extension a little bit. I'm honestly with you. We had the conversation in the show.
Seeing what goes on with like a Geno Smith-esque or Danny Dimes-esque where it's 2-3 years.
Yep.
We'll see what they're going to do. I don't know. It's on them. If he goes out there and wins a playoff game, wins a couple playoff games, wins division, then there's nothing you can say, and they're probably going to extend him.
$50 million.
This is actually kind of a good question because we're speaking so highly of these gentlemen, but it says, okay, this is from Byrne, by the way. Shout out for the super chat. It says, okay, but real talk. Could Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson save Zach Wilson? Brother, I don't know. That's a different. Like,
if that's the bar you're setting, if you're comparing Jared Goff to Zach Wilson, that's on you.
Yeah, that's on you.
I don't know if anybody can save Zach Wilson. I don't know if Jesus Christ himself could save Zach Wilson.
Lots of tone, guys.
Or football Jesus. Whoever football Jesus is. Was that?
I mean, to be fair, though, Rob Saleh.
Is he football Jesus?
Who? Yeah, be Lombardi.
Joe Lombardi?
Yeah.
John Madden?
Oh,
Lombardi.
that's a good one, too.
I go Lombardi.
He's like football god, though.
The trophies. Yeah, he's football god.
So it's football Jesus is like John Madden.
I mean, are we doing like
football
like
Jesus
Hercules, like
McVay.
Different kind of gods? Sean McVay, honestly, he is.
Jesus.
He's a little boy wonder for sure. I mean, I know they're falling to like a losing season right now, but like it's
this is how bad. This is how bad you guys have his dick down your throats.
Oh my!
Silent. If he's a genius, he would be able to. You guys are so hard for Jared Goff.
He's the biggest.
You're talking shit about Sean McVay and Ben Johnson. Like, what? Come on, guys. Come on. This was a segment that we were pumping up Jared Goff, saying he is elite at doing this, saying we agree with Larry Foote. And now you guys just want to take all the credit away from Ben Johnson. It's pretty wild.
If we hit 150 likes by 6 o'clock, I'll say Jared Goff's elite. I'll parade it in the streets. How about that?
You heard it here first. And it's on the internet. It's there forever. Ask Kim K.
Clip it. Oof. Damn.
Let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's.
Talk about
Come
comeback
to Lady
story.
Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win the trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Do 5 at a time.
Downtown Stewart Sports Store has 13 track meets and simulators certified instructors, and most importantly, a full bar and restaurant. And 5 Irons. Check out 5 Iron Golf League in downtown Detroit. Use promo code Woodward10 for 30% off your first visit. Visit 5irongolf.com to tee up good times. Welcome back to whatever.
5 of them.
Weird. You can't explain a joke, otherwise it's not funny. Welcome back to Whatever Waits live on Sports.com. I'm Easy at Spinmore Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth.
Detroit Supremacy in the Woodward Sports Chat made a good point. He said
he say?
Lawrence Taylor is football Jesus. He was
Lawrence Taylor, did he like?
He was a Hall of Famer and a crackhead at the same time.
I was gonna say, like, did he hit like a hooker with his car or something?
That takes a lot of skill.
On purpose? I don't know, but we have. I don't want to call him a football Jesus, but a football
Disciple.
Prophet.
Yeah. My guy, your guy, Dosa Dion joined the show. What up, man?
Man, I gotta say something. That was so slick, but I loved it. You said if I get 150 likes, I'll call him elite. I've never heard that before, but that's fantastic. How you guys doing? It's good to see you.
He's baiting the gawkers, man. He's baiting the gawkers.
Baiting them.
That is something. I love that.
So we did do this before, just before you came on. We had where Larry Foote said that Goff is elite when it comes to the play action pass, and he compares him to Peyton Manning and Tom Brady when it comes to selling the fake and using the read in the play action pass. Would you agree with that? And what is your take on his play action abilities?
Man, no, I mean I could see that. I mean, first off, I have to figure out what elite means. But if we're talking, top tier. I mean, over the years, if you just looked at his production, I'm pretty sure every year it usually just leans heavy play action offense. And I think for us, what's been the coolest thing is, like, you felt like that would translate from the Rams, but we've had games where we've been able to come out and just kind of be something completely different. Like, we haven't had to live in that world, but that's what we're kind of built for. Like this Carolina Panthers game, I'm watching it back, and you're seeing all the screens, and you're just like, that's kind of our offense play action this week. But I can agree with that. I think the big thing for that is it takes away, like, maybe having to quickly get through all their options, because we know athletically that's not his best skill set. So if there's pressure, he doesn't want to break down and find someone open. So it's like, well, I can go 1-2, and then I can find that check down. I would say that's the big thing, is just decision making, because he's not going to force it downfield. He'll take that check down. A couple times last week, got like 5 yards, and it's maybe boring, but it's 5 yards. I'll take that all day.
Yeah. all day. I mean, the person who kind of like broke that down for me and made sense of it I was talking about Tom Brady. That's what Darius Slay was like. What makes certain guys great is the fact they make the right read and the right throw. And now that Jared Goff's able to call his own protections, and he's been like kind of cooperated with helping develop this offense with Ben Johnson, because Ben Johnson's tailoring it to him, because he is the quarterback of the team. You see a different version of Jared Goff. I've seen a different version of Jared Goff. I think he's the best he's ever been. And I know he hasn't been playing that way. Last week was phenomenal. Yeah. But like, the numbers they're not MVP-esque. But I don't need MVP-esque numbers. I just need to know that you have control of the game and dictate the flow of it. That's right, man.
And I will say this, to that point, I love that. No, because to that point, like you're just looking at last week's game, the amount of times we're now seeing, you're talking about the command that he has at the line and some of the protections, things like that. I mean, you just see the amount of times where it's coming out, see what they're in. We go to that quick huddle, we just break it quickly, get up to the line, see what they're in, and then we can adjust off it. Like the first look that we get, okay, maybe the safety's doing this, we'll go to this look offensively. And it's those just little tweaks where it may not be anything major, but it still make those quick decisions kind of on the fly. I think has been such a big part of that, because I'm with you. I think for Ben Johnson, it was excellent to have that, kind of marriage come together, that it was Ben Johnson's first time, and Jared Goff needed a completely fresh start. So it's like they've been able to just kind of grow together. And like you said, now it's at a point where it felt efficient in the preseason. I mean, we didn't see him in the preseason. I'm sorry. I meant week one. Week one, it felt efficient. So to see where we're at now, it's like we haven't had those early seasons trying to figure it out. We're just rolling.
Yeah. And
Dion, what is on your head right? Are those your sister's headphones? Are those?
Look, see, I'm and what makes it worse is the fact that they pop out like they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not even straight. They're like this. I felt like Mickey Mouse on the show earlier today. I was like, dude, what am I doing? But I'll tell you what. You know what I love? I can't hear anything else. So if I'm yelling, I apologize. I can't hear it. The other ones, I don't even need to show them. They're just having problems. You got to have good, like, fluffiness. You know what I mean? Like, once that starts to go.
Heavy's all about fluffiness.
You got to take the headphones off. So
as long as they work, man.
They work. They do work. Yep.
Purple's my favorite color anyways.
They feel good. Okay. So we're kind of in the same, like, family tree there, Pink.
There we go. All right. Let's go back to the line.
Purple feels the best on my body.
Let's talk about Jameson Williams. keeping with the offense, obviously Jameson Williams, this is his first game back. He didn't do what a lot of people wanted to see him do in terms of, you know, receptions and yards and impact and things like that, but he's making some good blocks and was kind of getting eased into the offense. Are you worried about that at all, or how much progression do you want to see out of Jameson Williams from this game, their last game, to Tampa Bay?
So you know what's wild, man? That's a good question, because I'm seeing it today. You guys have probably seen him too. Maybe you guys have talked to some of this stuff, but just like the trade ideas that are already coming. Like, hey, hold up, we trade Jameson now for this. And I'm just like, hold up, what the heck just happened? He dropped. I mean, like, I get it. Okay, it wasn't like his best game. You talked about the blocking, that was a good part. But I thought the biggest thing that stuck with me was just how much usage they actually gave him. Like, Underground was out, but the way that they were able to use, and you could see it. Like, you could just see when they line up pre-snap, one safety's deeper than the other on top of him. He's like 2 yards back. Like, all right, he's got to deal with that. And I think the route running is a work in progress, but I will say what I'm optimistic about that is because they have Marvin and Josh, I think Antoine Randall said it. There's just certain routes we won't ask him to run that we'll kind of ask the other guys to run. So for me personally, understanding where he's at, like you said with Tampa Bay, I don't really know. My hope is really for the rest of the season, if I can get, like, if I got a big play every game, maybe he gave me 3 catches. You know, if he gave me a big play every game, did a couple things underneath, maybe some run after catch there, I'm happy with that. Now, I understand the stats will look back and be like, damn, we gave him a first-round pick for that. It won't look great. I think as time goes on, you're going to need his role to just increase just because of where the money's going to start to go. But with that, like, for the rest of this season, it's like, man, just give me one deep shot. You just being on the field is a threat. Just give me one deep completion a game, because I have guys that can eat up receptions when we're healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm the same way too. Is like, especially like with it's so beautiful to have the situation we are in with the coaching we have. Is that as long as we're winning games, like it may suck that you didn't end up being like what you expected, but if we're winning games and you're contributing to them, that's all I need. Bill Belichick never really. I mean, he had Gronk and he had Hernandez, and I feel like those guys were like 5th round picks and whatnot. Kind of got lucky on him, if you will. Outside of them, he's never really drafted any elite, high-level offensive players. He's always been a great coach. It was a second in your back of your mind. You never thought of it because you're still winning games.
True. No, that's actually an excellent point. And I think sometimes that gets looked at as a negative when we look at the box score and we see, like, oh, this guy didn't get touches today. Like when Marvin, for example, wasn't being used in the offense. But like to your point, like, okay, if our offense is efficient, though, like if we're moving the ball, we're scoring because, you know, that's their job and we're winning games. I don't look at that as a problem. I look at it as, hey, this week they got that dude at cornerback. Like, let's not test him because we don't need to. We don't need to, like the Bengals, for example. Jamar Chase is our guy. So when we play the Cardinals, he might light him up. Other games may be a little more of a struggle. We don't need to do that. If that's their strength, cool, let that be their strength. Maybe we'll try and test it a couple times. Outside of that, okay, let Gibbs eat, let Laporta eat. And to your point, because St. Brown has become a top slot receiver and how fast Laporta's come along, it's like, it's okay. It's okay if certain games are just not his game. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson was great. It was sparingly. You know, he had an explosive play for you every once in a while. But the real reason I asked you on today, Dion, is I watch film, but I know I'm not as well-versed in it as you are. And obviously this defense has seemed like it feels like a dramatic turnaround from the Seattle game. And some of it could be a little bit of the competition. Is there anything you've seen different schematically? I guess I'll start with Jerry Jacobs. Is there anything he's doing different than you saw in that Seattle game?
Well, let me first start with this. This is about the chess game you sent me. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no idea how to play chess, okay? You sent me the game, and, you know, I answered back like I knew what I was doing. I'm like, let me play a couple moves here. And then I started to look. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. There was one of these at a park, and I didn't know how to move the pieces. So I apologize. I was driving, so I stopped playing. Okay,
you're
but
good,
Jerry
you're good.
Jacobs,
You did that to me, too.
I was on a roll, boys.
Hey, man, you know, you driving, you can't play no chess. Plus, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to take a quicker L. I don't want to do that. So I just stopped, and we can say, I could have won that game. The point is, though, I think Jerry Jacobs, the big difference is I think we're seeing a lot more of his ability. I think it's taking time to get comfortable playing the off-coverage, zone coverage. I think that's just not natural for him. It wasn't his role these last couple years. Now, there'll be times he'd do that, but his role was, man, I'm going to be physical, I'm going to press, and I'm going to stick with you right off the line. And I feel like because of some of the changes that we have personnel-wise, some of that's been a little bit taken off his plate earlier in this year. But I think what we've been able to lean into is, hey, man, go up and get physical. Like this last week with DJ Chark, you see him up there and physical with him at the line. He's handling that. That's natural for him. I think that's also a reason the flags were popping up. It's because when he's sitting 5-10 yards off and then he gets physical with them at the point, they throw the flag. When you're right off the line, you're sticking in their hip, they're not going to throw that flag like we saw last season. So I think it's a work in progress. I actually think he's getting slowly better. They're just getting more not getting so aggressive. But I just think it's a little bit of a different role for him. But I do think when he's able to get up and just get in your airspace, he's more comfortable.
And sticking with the defense, like, how has this defensive line improved so much over these past 2 weeks? Obviously, going against Seattle with 3 backup linemen for the Seahawks starting, they weren't able to do anything. They're barely able to touch Geno Smith. But now these past 2 games, it seems like they're in the backfield every play, making plays, getting sacks, hitting the quarterback, pressuring the quarterback. What has the change been for the defensive line that has produced so much results?
Well, for me personally, like, we'll go back to that Seattle game because I think that was one that stuck out to me as there were opportunities. Like, we were bringing a lot of heat, specifically from the slot. Like, Brian Branch was blitzing like crazy in that game. And we, like, to your point, we weren't getting touches on him. I thought a lot of times, there were times where it was like, man, it would have been nice to get heat there. There were times where we just did not come through. But I thought for a lot of that game, it was just the result of they're getting the ball out quickly. And it's like, even if we won the block, they're getting the ball out so fast. Like, you think of the grounding pass that he threw into the end zone. It was like, dude, it was like I think it was like a 3-step drop. The ball was out immediately. There was no chance. You could win immediately. There was no chance you're going to hands on him. And I think for these last 2 weeks or since that time, even if you go back to last year, I think it starts with the run defense, right? And what we saw last year is through the second half, it was like, man, this run defense, they had like a couple like bunkers in there like Carolina, where maybe it wasn't all in the D-line. But we were really like going towards, man, we could stop the run. And I think now that that's carried into this year, Hutchinson is even better than last season. Like, these guys, what's so impressive is like, not every rush, it seems like he has kind of just do whatever you want. You know, you can win outside, inside. Like, no, we got to collapse the pocket. We got to play through the tackle. And he's finding ways to win through that, which is like, dang, dude, he's taking his game to another level. But I will say, like, just because they're able to keep the quarterback in the pocket, get them to some of those passing situations, the numbers come along with it. But Benito Jones, he was good early. I thought last week Isaiah Buggs stepped in for him, and he kind of gave us a spark. Ali McNeil, he looks so good and agile. And Hutchinson's went to another level this year.
I'm with you. And we were talking about adding the other pieces to this defense, Spinny and I, but we do have to go to commercial break real quick. Can we keep you a minute?
Absolutely.
Do you gotta get your sister's headphones back to her anytime soon, or?
This guy is on one today, man.
Hybrid editor, you know. You got me. I'll take it. I'm here, you know. I can't do nothing about it. No, I just gotta see it, you know.
All right, man. Let me tell you guys about Fairway Packing Company. We'll get back to Dose of Dion. Because for over 60 years, Fairway Packing Co. has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. Experience Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit the Grab and Go Steaks over at Grosse Pointe Woods or visit fairwaypacking.com.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Now, how would you like to win a $100,000 Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps.
Would I?
You would. You would, and you can. With Syntron Energy. It's the Syntron Energy. Drink it and live it. Spencer, you can purchase a 24-pack today and enter for your chance to win. You can do that at drinksyntron.com/Vegas or buying Syntron at your local Meijer store. It's Syntron, the healthier energy drink with great taste and the choice for people who desire to look good, feel good, and be the best version of themselves. Go to drinksyntron.com/Vegas.
Check it out.
Check it out. We're up to welcome back to Whatever Waits Live at WoodSports.com. I'm Easy, Spin More Rax, Young Chris, JB Smooth, and the GOAT of Detroit Lions YouTube. One of the GOATs of Detroit Lions YouTube, my guy, Dose of Dion. I appreciate you for joining. I'm so sorry for cracking. I was about to apologize. I'm sorry, but I'm just giving you a hard time.
Or what?
Nothing. You're not talking about nothing.
That was good.
All right, Deanna, I know this defense looks phenomenal right now. I can't get over it. I know the defense looks great right now. But
already saw it.
I will say another thing about it. I swear, I promise I'm done.
All right.
But the defense looks great. But I've kind of taken the factor that the teams that we've played haven't been the best. And I still think the defense has potential to remain good, if not great. But I just want a little something extra if this is going to be the year. I've been looking at Chase Young, Patrick Surtain's come up. We've seen Denver's kind of willing to break away from pieces. We saw it with Randy Gregory. Does any of that entice you? Do you think this Detroit Lions team needs an extra piece like that to truly feel like contenders for like a Super Bowl, not just making the playoffs and winning the game?
See, I like this. I like this because I do think we're in that tier. I say some crazy stuff on this show. I know I do, and maybe it comes back like that was way off. I do think we could be the best team in the NFC here, and if you do that, you can go to the Super Bowl. But I'm with you because I actually do agree. I don't think we need to. If the Lions didn't make a major move, I wouldn't sit back and say, dang, we don't have a shot. Because like you said with Jerry Jacobs, man, credit to him, right? Mosley's coming back, and he just stepped up. He's like, he's just going to take the position from me. Cam Sutton can rotate. You know what I mean? So shout out to him for that. But I will say it's really two spots, specifically defensively, where I would say I wouldn't be mad at adding someone. One is cornerback. Now, that doesn't need to be a Pat Surtain. It could be a little bit more of a cheaper price to give up. I mean, I was on Amik Robertson. That was the Raiders corner, had some Rivers teammate move. Then he picks off Jordan Love in the end zone. I'm like, okay, probably not going to move him. But someone of that caliber, I know Jalen Johnson from the Bears is interesting. If you didn't have to give up a ton, I'd be interested. A guy like Jeremy Chin intrigues me because if I look at him and say, look, I don't have to give up a ton, and even if he's just a matchup piece, who knows what his role is? He's on the final year of his rookie deal. They haven't really been able to figure out in Carolina. But I know he's big. He can really move, and he could be just that tight end matchup piece that we need when we see San Fran down the line, right? That's what I'm looking at, who's the best teams. And because that I'm looking at it that way, the other position ultimately comes as well to defensive tackle for me. Not to say I need a starter. I'm cool with getting a rotational piece, but I wouldn't be mad if the Lions try to bolster that a little bit, where that's going kind of the route of maybe we can use a guy that can stop the run a little bit from one of these teams like Denver, or it's going with a guy from Philly who's loaded on the front, getting a little pass rusher like a Milton Williams, just adding a little bit of juice. Because what happens if Aline misses a game? What juice do I have in the interior for pass rush? I don't think I have much at all outside of putting Kaminsky in the inside. So little things like that, I'm on board with it because I think the biggest strength of our defense this year hasn't been who's the top tier players, though we have some. It's been what is the depth like? Like we go to the depth and it feels like we still have starters out there. So I'm not mad at adding to that.
Speaking of that depth, we don't know what's going on. Obviously, Emmanuel Mosley, he's done for the year. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson done for the year. Brian Branch has been listed as day-to-day. We don't know what's happening with him coming into this next game at Tampa Bay. How confident are you in these guys, the Will Harrises of the world, the Ife Melifonwus of the world, to continue to get it done at the level they have been so far?
Yeah, no, I think it's the big question for me almost comes back to behind Jerry Jacobs and behind Sutton. If I need that for any moment, I think Khalil Dorsey had a really strong preseason. I think he earned a spot on the team, and he's the guy that I think proved like, I can play right now. So they may have more confidence in that's going to translate to the regular season. We'll see. That'd be one of my questions just because I need to see it. I thought it was really good in the preseason. I just want to see it in the regular season. Will Harris, I'm confident there because my expectations are I understand that he's a backup, but I also think he fits into what they like to do, so it's kind of easy to put him in. Then at safety, I really don't have any concerns, to be honest with you. Like, I feel really good with Iffy stepping in there. I like all our safeties. I don't think we have much weakness there. It's more so about what happens if we have to put in another corner. That would be outside corner specifically. But to your point, with Brian Branch, he's been dinged up a couple times. Like sometimes it hasn't taken him out, but he's been banged up. It's something to keep an eye on. And that's why if you got someone with some flexibility, that wouldn't be a bad move either, just to know that you have a little insurance there.
So it sounds like you want a cornerback would be like your number one position if they were to make a move?
That and then probably defensive tackle second.
Yeah. Does Chase Young entice you at all, or no? Because he's more of like that edge role.
Oh, well, he definitely does because he's Chase Young. He's a dog, and I think the coolest thing about him is he's just that dude. Like you just watch him, you know he's he's an elite pass rusher. I know that I think the Washington media has talked about like he's taking off plays here and there. I don't think he's an elite run defender either, so I don't know that he adds a huge new element to that. And I think we've had guys that are solid there. But yeah, I mean, you have him and Hutch. My biggest concern there would be obviously you bring him, you're probably going to pay him because you're probably going to give up a price that's too much to just let him walk. So then it's just kind of matching that up. The way that you can make a case for it to me is you look at it and say, okay, well, we're not paying Hutch yet. I mean, we are because he was a 2-pick, but we're not paying like big money to him.
Yeah.
And then Aleem McNeil, if we can get that on a reasonable deal, it makes sense. I don't want to pay all 4 dudes big time money. I think the Lions don't want to do that, but he intrigues me because that's an elite pass rusher. It's like Von Miller almost in a way, right? It's like when Von Miller went to the Rams.
Yeah, but you do feel like the Lions are in that mode, like how the Eagles did it last year, and we saw the Rams do it and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do it, where if you sniff that contention, you got to go out there and grab a piece to bring in and try to bolster your team.
Yeah, and I'll say this, one thing up to that point, because I know it's the pot. Look, I'm gonna say who he is, but we hear it, right? We hear that, it's 2024. We're that team. Just wait, we're building towards it, and I love that. And there's no reason to believe that we're not going to continue to get better and better. But I do think when you step back, you also have to keep in mind Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn just might not be here next season, I do have confidence there's guys that can step in. I think, you're right.
It just hurts my stomach.
You talk to the golf people, it doesn't matter if Ben Johnson leaves.
Well, hey, look, I'm a golf guy, but Ben Johnson's amazing. I think he's an amazing coordinator. I think I don't know. I don't watch every team like I watch the Lions, but I can see you saying he's the best coordinator. That's great too, but having those two together, I think has been such a perfect marriage to have those two. And there's a real shot that they both leave. If you do well, they could both leave this year. And as much as like it may align in terms of the team building spot of it, there's also the aspect of you're replacing coordinators, kind of like Philly has to do. Not saying you can't, you should be able to, that's the goal, but it is something that is a very real possibility outside of any of the team pieces, that this could be the last run with those guys. So when you feel it, like you said, I don't see why you wouldn't make a little push for it.
Yeah.
Now, I know we kind of established and we both agree that the Lions offense is multifaceted and there's so many ways they could go about attacking a defense, but what have been your observations of Jahmyr Gibbs? Because we were kind of like, we were given almost like a movie trailer promo by Ben Johnson. It's like, we're going to use him in ways you've never seen before.
What if I told you?
We have him doing handstands in the backfield. but come game time, we haven't really seen it. I mean, I've seen him in the slot a few times, but what have been your observations of that and I guess expectations for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I'd be waiting for the handstand. I haven't seen that yet either, so hopefully that's soon. Especially if he's healthy, we can. That's been the main thing, right? It's been the ability, I think, to just put him out there with David Montgomery. We didn't really even. I don't remember us doing that with Swift very often either. It's like putting him out as a receiver. So it's that flexibility, and we saw it. I think Kansas City was the best example. It's like we can treat him as a receiver and get him to him out wide. I think it's just going to take. As him as a player, I think what's going to carry and make him great for us for years is that receiving aspect. I know there's been some small hiccups, but it's been an impactful piece from time to time, more games than others. But I think that goes back to the point we just made about having a lot of answers. But I do think Gibbs, that's where he's going to make his money consistently, and that's why he'll be someone that makes sense, because usually running backs, there's questions about taking him high. But I think the guys that you draft high at running back that has a real receiving ability, those are the guys that last. And you look back and you say, that made sense, because he's such a dynamic weapon that he can act as a receiver. Now for him, I think the run game just needs development. I think that's just a little bit, it's going to take some time. But I will say, I think there's been slight growth there, and he's honestly, the way that he is contact balanced, the way that he breaks off the first contact has been way better than what I thought I was going to see. I think sometimes it's just the way that he gets into it, right? Like the half man kind of deal. But it's been way better than what I expected to come out of Bama. So I think some of that's going to take time. And to be honest, there's no reason that David Montgomery shouldn't be getting touches. Like David Montgomery has done something where it's like, well, let's go to Gibbs. David Montgomery's earning all the carries he's getting. But I think that's just thing. It's just going to take some development time. In certain weeks, he'll be more impactful than others in the receiving game.
That's fair. That's fair. And before we get you out of here, shout out where people can get more of your content, what's going on, what you have pumping lately, and give us how you think the Tampa Bay game is going to break down.
Well, if you want the best headphones on the market, you can get them right now. You can find me at what was it? Oh yeah, Dose of Leon 2.0 on YouTube. That's my Twitter handle down there. Look, I was tweeting a lot of stuff last night. I felt really good about it. I was like, oh no, Monday Night Football. I was like, hold up, I haven't tweeted in a minute. So there you go. And the Tampa Bay Lions game. You said you wanted my prediction on that?
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Ooh. So here's the thing. I think we're gonna win. And I think when you look at these next two, of course, like you could circle those, say that's the test. I feel more confident in our ability to beat Baltimore, honestly, than Tampa Bay. But Tampa Bay makes me think of kind of like, it makes me think a couple years back, like when we had like real, like, okay, we don't have many weapons. And it kind of became like, remember we played Cleveland and we had Tim Boyle out there? And it was like, this is smash mouth football. We're just going to run the football. I think it's kind of going to feel like that with a little bit more nuance because they have Mike Evans and we have St. Brown hopefully coming back. There's just going to be a little bit more weapons added to that fire this time around. But I think we're going to win the game. I don't want to give you an exact score prediction because, I mean, I'll give you one. Actually, this one may be right. All the other ones I miss on, so I'll give you one. I'll say the Lions win this game. I'll say it's pretty competitive early. I'll go 28-17 Lions. I'm done with predicting field goals because we just don't kick field goals anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Just go for it on fourth down. Those appreciate you as always, man. Always a pleasure to have you on. You're one of the best in the game. We appreciate you always rocking with the heavies.
Hey, man, I love to see it, man. You guys are out here killing it. You look good. The setup looks – hey, this is cool seeing myself on the TV, though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, this is wild. Yeah. It's third person. Hold up. I appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah, headphones kind of look white on the TV. So
that's true.
You go.
Yeah, they didn't even know.
They're white the whole time. Yeah, what are we talking about?
What? Of course, you're right.
Appreciate you, brother.
Love you, Dion, man. You're the man.
All right, see you guys.
All right, Dion, those are Dion. You guys got to tap in with him all season. He's the best to do it. But let me tell you guys about Hamlin Pub. Have you ever wanted a bar where you feel like you're a regular? We have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone's a regular. Whether you're enjoying half-off pizza on Thursdays or game day specials available during all Michigan sports and NFL games, Hamlin Pub is the place. Visit a location today and experience your new favorite pub for all things sports.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Join Woodward Sports and Long Drink Live every home game for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. It's going to be a bash. It's going to be at Eastern Market at Shed number 5. We'll be there from 9:30 till game time. Check us out. Free food, free drinks included with the purchase of your ticket. And direct message Lions VIP to Woodward Sports Instagram for free.
For
tickets.
free?
For free. Is it just me? I couldn't say that.
Oh, yeah, cables cut off? You shut it for free.
Welcome back to Whatever It's Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy at Spinmo Rex. Yo,
what up,
Chris, ASAP Rocky, and the ones and twos. Shout, feeling it. I don't know. He was saying ASAP, so I had to. Shout out Jay Bussy. All right.
Jay Bussy.
Today's been a fun show.
It has been a fun show.
Do we want to talk about Kalijah Kancey? I know.
Yeah, I want to hear why you're nervous for Kalijah Kancey.
I'm not nervous about Kalijah Kancey. What the fuck? Don't do that again.
Shaking in your boots.
Yeah.
I'm not shaking my boots.
Why
honestly,
do mid-players scare you so much?
Yeah. Jordan Love.
You're
gaslighting me. Scared.
You put it in the prep. It says Kalijah Kancey versus Detroit Lions. You nervous yet, punk?
You feel it, punk?
Well, do ya?
Punk? I'm not nervous about. I'm not nervous about him. No, fuck no. Not against the Detroit Lions offensive line. I guess I'm more so excited to see him. If that makes sense, just because all the hype come off season, and not really so much the hype, just like we were so pro Carter and the Kalijah Kancey crew were so
Carter
Kancey, but don't even want to talk about
Cancel culture.
Cancel culture. I want to talk about the Buccaneers as a whole because they are obviously they're 3-1. We're 4-1 heading to this game. They're on top of their division. This game was moved to. It's not a nationally televised game, but to America's Game of the Week for that reason. What do you make of that 3-1 record of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Do they make you nervous, Punk?
No, they don't make me nervous. Obviously, they have a great team around Baker Mayfield. They've got a great offensive line. We all know their skill position players. You look at guys like Rashad White, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, a lot of fantastic pass catchers on that team. And then the defense is littered with Pro Bowlers. They have guys all over the place when you're talking about guys like Shaq Barrett. You're talking about guys like Levante David, Devin White. You got Antoine Winfield, Jamel Dean, all these guys that, they scare you a little bit. But I'm just so confident in the Lions right now that I can't be like, no, I think they're going to lose this game. The brand of football the Lions play travels. Mm-hmm. You stop the run, you run the ball, and you don't turn the ball over. That travels no matter where you go. No matter if it's Tampa, no matter if it's England, no matter where the hell you're going, that kind of football travels. So I'm not too scared. Obviously, this is going to be a good test. This is going to be a good test. I'm not saying Tampa's pushovers or anything like that. They have a very good team, but I just think the Lions are better.
And I'm not nervous about. Again, I told you guys immediately after the Kansas City Chiefs game, it's like I'm not going to be too nervous heading into any matchup. I think Detroit Lions have opportunity against every single team in the league at this point. Mm-hmm. But I guess my question is, like, how respectable is this dub? Because obviously you beat the Panthers, you beat the Packers, who kind of look like shit now too.
Jordan Love sucks.
You beat the Falcons that haven't looked great.
Yeah.
Like,
this is a respectable dub. This is a playoff team.
Okay.
You're going up against a playoff team. This is going to be a team that at the end of the year more than likely wins their division, has a winning record, and makes the playoffs. So this is a respectable dub. You're going to their house. You're going to play them. And it's a very quality opponent. So these next 2 weeks are the same deal. Two very quality opponents on the road. We're going to see what the Lions are truly made of in these matchups, and I think they come out on top.
Chris?
I agree. I think this would be one of the more impressive wins on the season, but at the end of the day, when it comes to the Lions and where they're at, you have to just play the team in front of you, and that's what Dan Campbell has been preaching: is you have to take care of the of what's in front of you, and then pave the road, as he famously said. The road for the NFC goes through Detroit. Like, that's what he wants his team to be. But you can only play the teams in front of you. So I don't think you should get caught up in how important is this win. Just more so looking at every game as how do you win and what does this win means. I think the Lions have to look from a reactionary perspective, or we should on the Lions look at it from a reactionary perspective rather than a previewing perspective of what this means. It's now at this point the Lions have proven themselves to be a quality team. So now it's about watching the game film each game and seeing, okay, what needs to be addressed, what needs to be tweaked, and what needs to change going forward.
Duncan Grant. I'm sorry, Chris.
I was going to say, you didn't pick the Packers.
I never picked the Packers to win. Please wash the acid out of your eyes and mouth, wherever you dose it at, bud. That never happened.
Damn.
That's disgusting. I'm sick. I even had to read that. Block him. That's an inside joke. Can't say that one. But mute him. Get him out of here.
What were you going to say?
Inside joke. Yeah. Anyway. I'm with you, Chris, and I'm with you too, Spinny. It's a respectable dub as Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers should be a little bit more respected than they have been. I get like they were ass last year, and that was with Tom Brady, by the way. Skated into the playoffs with a below 500 record, but Baker's been balling. Mm-hmm. We did the top 10 quarterback list just the other week, and it was like however you want to look at it. Baker was in.
Your inner Mazaway came out.
I mean, Maz on some other shit. Because when Maz wanted Baker, he was like the garbage's version of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
This version, the numbers are better than Goff's.
Maz knows.
Up until the extra game that Goff had against the Panthers just now. But Baker's been on a roll, and if we're realistic about it, Mike Evans is a dog.
Mike Evans is a dog. He's never had under 1,000 yards in a season in his career.
And he makes those plays where it's like
Mike Evans won Johnny Manziel Heisman.
Yeah.
Literally, it was because of Mike Evans.
And Baker Mayfield, to me, is like a more decorated Johnny Manziel.
Yes.
Baker Mayfield's what people want Johnny Manziel to be.
100%.
I think they want him to be better than Baker Mayfield.
Well, obviously, yeah. You hope that. Those nerds.
He's a not drunk Johnny Manziel. He's a sober Johnny Manziel.
It's funny. When I picture Johnny Manziel in my head just now, and it's not because I'm high, but again, it's like the little Toy Story animations of the helmets are so much bigger than the bodies.
But before we get
Okay.
deep into it, and I
love
just
these.
mentioned Miz and his love for Baker Mayfield. If you want more Miz, all you got to do is tune into the Woodward Sports post-game show directly after every game every week. Miz, Stick, myself, Easy, Lucas, you never know who's going to be there, but it's always going to be a riot. Directly after every single Lions game, the Woodward Sports post-game show, only on the Woodward Sports Network. Miz.
But either way, Mike Evans, deadly. I think the most deadly because, like, as much as you don't think of Baker as like a good quarterback, and it's kind of weird to even see him in that list. When you have a Mike Evans on your team, you don't have to be like precise or accurate.
No,
the dude's 6'4". He had a catch just the other. He literally had a catch the other week, which is like, just is Calvin-esque.
He's a bully, dude.
And Chris Godwin was good too. They have one of the best offensive lines. Baker Mayfield. Check this out. And they missed a game last week because they're on the bye week. Only 4 sacks on the season Baker Mayfield's taken. Isn't that crazy to think about? I mean, that's just a sack per game, essentially. Only 4 sacks this dude took. And obviously, you know, he's mobile. I think it's a little bit more respectable than like we were headed into this game. But there's other things we'll probably get into as we break down the game more in depth later on throughout the week. We got to stretch this one out a little bit. But I think the Detroit Lions will have their way ultimately with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's going to be a tough game. It's not going to be a blowout by any means. I think the Lions win the game maybe 24-17, something like that. But I just think they're better, man. I think they're better. And I'm not buying into the Baker hype yet.
Yeah.
I'm not buying into the Baker hype yet. And Detroit Supremacy in the Woodward Sports chat said, easy as piss rolling down his leg thinking about the Lions playing Baker. Baker, he's been playing very well this season.
Yeah,
He's been playing very well. And when you have a great defense, a great offensive line, and great skill position players, doesn't matter who you are, you're going to be
I'm excited to watch Aiden versus Tristan Wirfs. That's going to be a matchup I'm keeping my eyes on. I can't wait to see that one. And honestly, Cam Sutton, if he comes up against Mike Evans. Be honest, too, Mike Evans might still be questionable from the hamstring injury. He was just out last week.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll probably be fine.
He'll be fine. He has to be fine. I have it for fantasy.
Oh, well, I mean, I won't go.
I'm pretty sure he's playing.
Is there any updates on that at all? I'll look him up. JB, are you nervous about this game at all?
Not really. I think, honestly, this will be the Lions' second true test of the season. The first obviously was the Chiefs, and now as the season gets kind of rolling on more and more, they're starting to get tested a lot more. The next couple games of their schedule are probably going to be their toughest that they have. But I feel like Spencer, I'm not believing this Baker Mayfield hype. Yes, you have to respect Chris Godwin and Mike Evans out there, but other than that, Baker has to try and get the ball to them first. If the Lions don't get to him first, that's the thing. So I'm not scared of Baker Mayfield. Come on.
I want to see their.
What concerns you?
They haven't played anybody at all, really. It's
played
like
a lot of scrubs
they
too.
Minnesota,
Eagles,
Chicago,
they beat
New
the
Orleans.
Saints. They beat Chicago, Minnesota. Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't played anybody that really truly matters right now, except for Philly, which they lost. So.
Yeah.
Would you be more nervous about their offense or their defense?
The defense.
The defense for you?
Yeah.
Defense, Levante David.
Yeah. Or
shout out to William Golson too, MSU.
Yeah, shout out.
Antoine Winfield,
Jamel Dean. They got a lot of good players.
Elijah Cansey.
Yeah.
No, here we go.
He's scared of Elijah Cansey. Easy's gonna pick the most blatantly
Got me shaking down my boots.
The most blatantly mid player on every team we play this year, and be like, "I'm gonna
stop gaslighting me."
Well, now for him,
why are you gaslighting? I never said that.
But yeah, I'm not worried about the Bucs. No, I'm not. The Lions should win this game.
It's exciting to be in a situation where you're kind of looking forward. By the way, it's exciting to be in a situation where you feel good on the road.
Yeah.
And it's also exciting to be in a situation for me personally, like the nerd in me. Again, I'm looking forward to it. Those one-on-one matchups. Aiden Hutchinson versus Tristan Wirfs, Cam Sutton versus Mike Evans or Chris Godwin. I'm looking forward to watching Jared Jacobs see if he continues what he's been doing these past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with this versus can we win? I know we can win. I know the Detroit Lions are capable of getting this done easily. But
and Ryan Jansen's on the IR, so that interior pass rush might be.
Who's in the IR?
Ryan Jansen, all-pro center.
Oh.
I think, that interior pass rush might be able to get after Baker a little bit, get him a little frazzled.
Last time we thought the Lions were going to eat on the interior pass rush.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
Didn't go too well. Yeah.
Well, we thought it was going to be the outside pass rush that was going to eat because they were missing both tackles. But I'm just saying,
They ended up missing a guard in that game, too. Still nothing.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
Look at Mike Evans' report. Did not participate today.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
We gon' see.
Let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness.
Elijah Cansey back, though.
Planet Fitness is the home of the Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out and feel comfortable. And we mean anyone can feel comfortable working on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $1 down and $10 a month, no commitment, from now until October 13th. So you got what? 2 more days. $1 down and $10 a month, no commitment.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
When it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, lowest prices, and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
Welcome back to Woodward Sports. I'm your boy, Easy Young Guy Spin.
Hello.
Young Chris, JB Smooth. Hit a like when you guys haven't already. 5-star review on all podcast platforms. Thank you for tapping in with us. Sorry we didn't hit that light goal. I guess Jared Goff's not lead.
Yeah, that's the chat. Chat said so.
You guys had
Chat has spoken.
Chat has spoken. Jared Goff. Not him.
Yeah.
Not him.
That's on you guys.
Jared mid.
He is nice, though. The Detroit Lions have rushed for over 100 yards in the last 5 games. They've also stopped the opposing team for rushing over 100 yards.
Yeah, we got the graphic
in the last 5 games. You got it?
From Detroit Lions PR. Chris, if you could throw that up there. I could have sworn we had it.
We could have sworn we had
it. It's for BDE probably, right?
Yeah, no, I sent it to him. It's, for the first time in Lions history, the team has rushed for over 100 yards and held opponents to under 100 yards rushing during each of the first 5 games, and it's the first NFL team to do so since 2007.
I could have sworn it was longer.
You remember when we didn't have a 100-yard rusher for like 5 years?
Yes. It didn't exist.
It was like, Reggie Bush was the last Lion to rush for 100 yards in a game.
Well, dude, even before him, it was like Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Or Kevin Jones.
Yeah.
It was wild.
We did have a couple Kevins in the backfield.
Yeah, a couple Kevins.
Couple cousins, couple Kevins.
No cousins, but we had Kevins.
I don't know.
Calling Kevin a cousin?
No, none of the Kevins were
Cousin
cousins.
Kev!
But we had some cousins back there.
Listen, can you just rush for over 100 yards in 5 games?
Yeah.
And not a single team has rushed for over 100 yards on this team?
On this team.
That means your offense and your defense are performing?
It does.
A little bit of lightning, a little bit of thunder, lightning, thunder. It's complete utter dominance, son.
Why'd you go?
I love that shit.
Why'd you go Mexican accent there?
I don't know, but I love that shit, son.
Lightning and thunder.
Full Mexicano on that one. What?
And I can look as if you're a hater.
Nobody knows what race he is. So
If you're, I can do whatever, bro. I was gonna do some mad racist, but I'm not that racist. Shout out to my Koreans. You could look at the level of competition this team's played, and you could start to make excuses or like you're just drawing some context around like this success. But again, if you go back to last year, they're doing the same shit, son.
They were.
I saw a shot to Paul Thomas in the chat every day. He's officially kind of on the AG bandwagon, warming up a little bit. He used to be a hater. But in the chat, I saw him the same way I give Ben Johnson praise for Jared Goff. I got to give, what's his name that's here helping out AG now, too? John Fox.
Yeah.
I think John Fox praise for helping out AG.
For sure.
Maybe. Yeah. But if you go back to the numbers, last year,
they're doing the same thing.
They were doing the same things.
Mm-hmm.
Every single, and then you guys, if you watch the show every day, you know this stat. Every single one that Detroit Lions have had, last year and this year, actually, there's been turnovers in each and every one of them.
Chocolate peanut butter thunder.
Same thing with the rushing yards, too, if I'm not mistaken. The only team to have done it after week 9 or whatever week the Packers was the one-off with the Carolina Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
We got that revenge back, too. It's consistency.
That's what happens.
There's context of, seeing this before. It's not just because we're playing bad teams.
Yeah.
This is a good team, the Detroit Lions.
They're a good team, man. They're a good team. Well, that's what happens when you build units.
These guys, man.
They built it in the I fucking love you, man. They built it in the trenches. And that's what happens when you have this elite offensive line. You're going to run for 100-plus yards against anybody. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. And when you have this defense so bought in, holding a team to under 100 rushing yards in 5 straight games is not just a single unit doing it. It is an entire defense bought in on stopping the run. It is the linebackers filling holes. It is the safeties and the corners coming down and helping in the run game. It is the defensive line winning their battles, holding up double teams, clogging holes, opening things for the linebackers. It is the entire defense bought in on selling out to stop the run. And that's what AG has these guys probably sleep talking. Stop the run. Gap integrity. me. It's what these guys are dreaming about, and they're going out there and they're executing it. Me. Gap integrity. Me. Shed blockers. Me. Take on double teams. It's
Lightning thunder.
These guys are out there playing great, man, and they're all bought in on stopping the run. You could tell.
Chris, you're on some hater shit lately. I got to know from you. Is it because they're playing some bad teams?
What is that?
You know what it is. You probably listen to Man, on the way here. When it comes to these teams, though, they beat what the Detroit Lions are doing. Yeah. Do you lean more towards the context of them being bad teams, or the context of they kind of been doing this?
No, they've definitely proven that they are good. It's obviously the answer is a mixture of both, but in reality, this Lions team has proven it, and they've gone back to last season. This season, they've looked good against many different teams, many different backs, many different coaches, many different game plans. They've always found a way to execute and scheme well. So at the end of the day, I have full confidence in the Lions. Now, can they do this against Christian McCaffrey? That's a whole other story. But can they do this against most of the NFL? Yes, absolutely.
What is happening in this chat right now?
I'm salty. Dude, salty's making me fucking cry.
Well, you're laughing like a girl. What do you say?
He said he's talking about liking his cousins, and I said he does like his cousins. He said keep it in the family.
JB, context of bad teams or context of this defense is legit?
No, this defense is legit. I mean, just last year, at least 3 out of the 5 teams we were talking about as being, top playoff competitors as well too. So if you can sit here and stop their rushers from getting over 50 yards, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty damn impressive. This defense is honestly turning heads from what they were last year to being top-notch, elite in my eyes at least.
You got a piece on there too that's you just said it earlier while the show was going, but Aiden Hudson, 4th in Defensive Player of the Year awards. That's big stuff.
That is big stuff.
I mean, that's just more of a stamp on this defense being legit. And again, they just got one more piece. I'm cool if he goes and gets some depth, obviously, at the cornerback position, but one more elite piece.
I want that elite piece.
Hey, we all do, brother. We all do. Speaking about the
what else we want is more Lions coverage, and you can get it here at Woodward Sports with Woodward and Maine, the Detroit Lions Insider Show, hosted by Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster. Tuesdays from 7 to 8 a.m. and Sundays from 8 to 9 a.m. Make sure you guys check it out every week. They're breaking down everything that comes to the Lions, whatever you need to know. Make sure you go there first. It's the Woodward Sports Lions Insider Show.
Isaac Thiel in the Woodward Sports chat. I'm actually
Electric Thiel.
Chat. Is that what it is? No. So shit. I'm his profile picture. Shout out. I don't know how to say that one. Anyway, so I need a chocolate peanut butter thunder cake in my life. Come on up, boys.
Come on down.
Hey, they're right here, ladies and gentlemen. Get your haircut.
Electric feel.
It's a great song.
It is.
Girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
It's one of the best videos of all time.
Yeah.
Girl, you're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. In the chains.
Yeah.
Man shackled up in court.
Still kept the wrist movement.
I got nothing on that one. I keep talking about the Giants defense. I think it's legit. You look at the schedule. I think they're going to continue to look good. The one challenge they have coming up, they have that big road sweep, whatever you want to call it. I think the Ravens might put up something, although those receivers are dropping balls like crazy last week. And then you have the Chargers. But the Chargers, you got them on a bye week.
Yeah.
And you got John Fox and AG cooking up against that.
Against fucking Brandon Staley's dumbass.
Exactly.
like we were winning the coaching situation there for sure. I mean, Kellen Moore is pretty damn good, too. But like Brandon Staley is a cousin. So he is for sure. He's a coaching cousin. I am excited to see what the Lions do. Like you said, this is a tough stretch for them. They're playing some big dogs, some real teams, some playoff contenders. So we'll see how they react.
Let's go to break early when we come back. So there was some news spread
all right, that's
today.
going to do it for us.
JMO news. Some wild JMO news.
Ooh, girl.
We'll get to it. Tell us about Guardian Alarm.
Something about Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. And let them know Woodward Sports sends you.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. How would you like to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Guys, gotta know by now, Dispo is the place to go. Your local cannabis plug. Shut up, spinning. I'm doing something right now. Hit that like button. 5-star review on our podcast. Ooh, damn. Miss me. Make sure you guys head over to DISPOshops.com. If you can't make it there, they'll deliver it to you. Also, discount your first time there. Dispo, your local cannabis plug. Where'd it hit you?
Right in the nut. Right in the jugular.
This
isn't how I'm going out.
Sorry.
I'm going out in a mass shooting or I'm never going to die.
That's a no-looker, too. Young Chris, JB Smooth.
It's going to be like this the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Are we good? Oh, I'm not going to be here.
What?
I'm taking Halloween off. It's Bryce's birthday. And I'm 5'5". I still get candy out here. What you mean?
While we're here, guys, I'm going to need Mondays and Fridays off.
He's shaving the beard.
Yeah.
Dressed up as Buddha.
Trick or treat. Yeah. This one was their costume.
Just wear a mask. Like, this is my little brother.
Yeah. Chris, what'd you say?
I just said, while we're on requesting days off, I'm going to need Mondays and Fridays off. I'm going to need a long weekend.
For what?
No reason.
I hate you.
Yeah, just terrible.
Just for what reason?
He's going to Wisconsin again.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Bro's going to Wisconsin every weekend for his dick appointment. Sorry, Chris.
Ain't nothing out there but cheese, bro.
Hey, yo. Back to football.
How's that an AO?
How's
that an AO?
I'm not going into details.
Some dick cheese.
There you go. Jameson Williams, there's not trade rumors. I'm glad I didn't. You already know that like this was like something I was kind of like.
Flannel Sam was saying trade him.
Is that what's our boy
JB? You're our secret agent on multiple shows on the network.
He still wants to see something out of J-Mo, but he's not against trading him, I would say, at this point in his career.
It feels gross to discuss. It really does.
Feels gross like Chris in Wisconsin.
Like it feels like Chris in Wisconsin gross. Like after round 4, Chris in Wisconsin.
After he walks out of Brothers. And what was the other one?
About four shots deep at Pickles.
Pickles. That was so
disgusting.
Funny.
I love Kendrick too. That's crazy. Anyway. Anyway, football. Shut up, you nerds. This situation, Jameson Williams, there's been a proposed trade out there. Obviously, the Carolina Panthers are looking for another weapon to provide their rookie quarterback, Bryce Young, with. His best weapon in college was one of our weapons, Jameson Williams.
Yep. Is
there anything there for you as like a trade? That Brian Burns are going to hire draft capital in the next couple of years, you're assuming. Does that tickle your pickle? Sound like Chris at the round 5.
Fuck no, baby. No, I'm not trading Jameson Williams yet. No, thank you. Especially not for a guy who, in Brian Burns, you're paying, what, $27 million a year? J-Mo, you got him at $2 million on a rookie contract with a 5th-year option. Like, no, I'm good.
I think Brian Burns is a 5th-year option. I think they're still waiting to get re-upped.
Well, I'm not trading J-Mo for 1 year of Brian Burns, then. That's even worse.
Well, I mean, we trade, we're more likely going to re-sign him. It's kind of like the...
And it would have to be to, like, $27 million a year.
Yeah, definitely probably be right around there. Which Brian Burns is a good player, but nah. I'm chilling. I'm chilling it with Jameson Williams. I like to have him on his rookie contract. I like to see him. Again, everybody in this offense, everybody and their mother in this offense are performing. I mean, last year, they traded T.J. This is before Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
Traded T.J. Hawkinson and set the franchise record for touchdowns by tight ends. Like the entire group. Ben Johnson's him. J-Mo's going to have his moments. And by the way, he's had his moments. The one in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The one against the Packers, I got called back on the holding call. Mm-hmm. The one against the Minnesota Vikings, the end around. Like, you've seen these moments. I don't understand why we're like pretending like they're not there, I guess. We haven't seen him consistently enough to even like last year when they're bitching about him getting snaps. Brother, he didn't know the offense. Like, he wasn't there the entire half the offseason because he had the ACL injury. Quit tripping. Another thing too, kind of what I said with the Jahmyr Gibbs thing is like when you had David Montgomery rumbling and stumbling and scoring all these goddamn touchdowns.
You don't gotta force it.
Yeah.
Like
sorry.
Chris in Wisconsin.
Don't mind me if I don't put in the rookie to force him to find himself. I'm busy trying to win football games right now. We're on a fucking playoff run. Same thing with Jameson Williams last year too. This year, their offseason, had the suspension, came back early. You're going to see something out of him. Just give it some time. By the way, that block he had was gangster. The first initial push was like, what's up?
Yeah.
And it was
and you hit him again. JB, how you feeling about it?
I'm not trading J-Mo right now. We've only seen him in a handful of games. We've only seen him out there on the field just a couple of times. You have to give this some time for him to at least show us, as Rick Ross would normally say. Show us like what he used to do back in college. Like, just give it a little bit more time. Like, trading him to Carolina, that's crazy for a 1 year rental of who would it be spending?
Brian Burns.
Brian Burns? No, I'm not doing that. Come
what if it's
on.
picks?
Picks? No. Come on. What are you going to do with those picks now? You're trying to go after Marvin Harrison or something? Like, I mean, would you do that?
If it's Marvin Harrison, no, I love you, J-Mo. What you mean? No.
Yeah. You see, you're thinking about.
Nah. How fast is he? I think he's more of a possession guy.
He's pretty fast.
I mean, Keon Coleman's phenomenal. He'll probably be top 15 for sure too.
Does he make fast people look not fast?
He's not as fast as J-Mo. There's very few people that are as fast as
He's got a 4.40.
He's no Pimpleton.
Do you think J-Mo will reach receiver 1 status for the Detroit Lions? Or do you think it kind of just be like what we kind of be talking about?
Not with Amon-Ra St. Brown here.
Was Deshaun Jackson ever receiver 1?
Yeah, in Philly.
Yeah. Experimentally. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, in Philly. I mean, who else did they have?
Seasons.
Jeremy Maclin.
Do you think J-Mo will have 1,000-yard season
in
his career? Yeah?
I do.
JB's going to say yeah for sure.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this will probably be what?
Do you?
Maybe 2 years.
I don't know. I really don't. If I were making a bet on it, I'd probably say. I mean, I can see one. Yeah, I don't know if he'll be there consistently, but I could be way off on that. Like we truly haven't seen enough of him to like make that judgment. But I know he's going to provide you explosive moments in the game where sometimes it's like the situation against the 49ers. I was like, I think for a bit of that matchup, it could be a bit of a stalemate. You got two good defenses and strong run games. And it could be boring. The clock's going to be running. But in games that close, it's like whoever makes the first mistake, whoever has that one where they're fucking gone, Jamo provides that to you every single time he's on the field. Every single time he's on the field because he has that game-breaking speed, that angle-breaking speed. Where, like, you remember one of my favorite drills when I used to play football was the pursuit, angle pursuit drills.
Tackling,
yeah, he's just like straight, just fucking like trying to haul ass, whoop somebody. Jamo, no matter what type of angle you take, you saw with Tyreek Hill last week, he gone.
Yeah.
That boy's out of there.
He's
and
outrunning it.
That could be the difference in those close games, and that's why I rather, right? Especially right now, you think this team's like truly contending. I'd rather have a Jamo on my side than not, because without him, like you have Josh Reynolds, yeah, but Jamo was fucking more explosive than him.
That's fair,
Chris.
Yeah, why would you trade Jamo, a young emerging talent, on a rookie contract unless you're getting a piece that absolutely helps this year, and you can re-sign for a good price going forward, because you do have all these extensions to think about. You do have the Panay, the Amon-Ra's, like all of these extensions are going to be coming the next couple years down the pipeline, and so you have to equate for that. So to me, the idea of trading Jamo, it's way more worth it to just keep him on the roster, even if he's not performing as that first round overall pick. But if he gives you a touchdown in a playoff game, then he's already worth it. Like just one touchdown in a playoff game is worth it. That's what you have to do with the Lions. The Lions are a team that's competing for a championship, and you need production however you get it. It doesn't matter where you're drafted, what you're being paid. At the end of the day, you need production to win. And Jamo, if he can help you out a couple times this season, then it's all worth it. At the end of the day, he might not have to be a top 10 wide receiver. This might not be Amon-Ra and Jamo, one of the best duos in the NFL. It might not need to be that.
That'd be nice.
At the end of the day, it would be nice. And you'd like for that to happen, but at the end of the day, Sam Laporta looking great, this offense looking great, Gibbs doing his thing, Monty doing his thing. You don't need him to be a top 10 wide receiver.
It's what we talked about yesterday with that shades of the 49ers offense. Like everybody eats. You got a lot of different weapons. You move the ball around. You have a lot of different people that can do a lot of different things, and it could be a different guy every game.
Yes.
So we never. It's not going to be a funneled to Jameson Williams offense where you throw him the ball 15 times a game, but he's going to get his.
I mean, sometimes it's even just like the pure distraction of him just being on the field and knowing he can hit you for those type of plays. It just opens up so many more things. It's like we were talking about MMA earlier, right? If you're playing UFC 5 and you're building like a fighter, it's like, okay, I want him to have great punching. Okay, there's your Dave Montgomery. I want him to have crazy leg kicks. There's your Sam Laporta. I want him to have a takedown. There's your offensive line. Like you want to, and then talking about your fighter, your creative fighter is Ben Johnson. You want to give him every little bit of skill set he can in any matchup, so you don't have a chance against any team. And that's what this offense is. That's what Brad Holmes has built. Brad Holmes kind of spoke about that a little bit today. We talking about Jared Goff. Is like, I had respect for him. I didn't get the narrative that was cast upon him when he was traded here. And again, I think Ben's been great with them. I think Dan's been great with them. And I've tried to do the best I can to provide him with amazing weapons. And Brad, to this point, and to his credit, I feel like he's done a pretty good job.
Yeah. And Randy P. in the Woodward Sports Chat says, come on, man. Jamo caught 79 passes for over 1,500 yards his last season at Bama. The dude can catch.
Yeah. And if people are referring to the drop he had against Carolina Panthers, I mean, did you see the 57 there?
Yeah, he was going to get obliterated.
Yeah. You probably still would like him to make that catch and just fall down or whatever, but like,
would have got lit
Jim
up.
He made a business decision.
Yeah.
He made a business decision.
It's funny, too, because he's wearing those Deion Sanders cleats, and he made that business decision, but I understood it, I guess.
I did, too.
And guess what, too, in the Panthers game, I mean...
That's not a game I want to see Jameson Williams getting hurt in.
Yeah, that, too, and also, like, what did you expect as his first game back? Like, they were pacing him into the offense. I mean, he did play, like, 20 or 8 more snaps than they planned on him playing, but they kind of had to. But it was also just slow rolling them into like the scheme. I think is a little bit of, and I could be wrong on this one. I'm just philosophizing on this one. But I think they just want to see him out there being active with like the blocks they gave him. Like no block, no rock. Well, he gave you a block. Now this week it's time for him to get the rock. At least I'm hoping so. Do you think we'll see it?
Yes.
Like
I think we'll see 3 or 4 catches, 30, 40 yards, maybe even a touchdown.
It's so crazy. Like, I don't know if it's just like and again, I'm the guy that's like not calling Jared Goff. Jared Goff was good, but I'm the guy that's not going to call him an MVP. I'm the guy that's not going to call him a top 5 quarterback because I'm just not going to say crazy things like that. I could say those. I'm not going to say top 5 or MVP or anything like that when it comes to Jameson Williams, but he's good. He's good. I'm the guy that's always going to give you that little bit of taste of bitterness, that little bit of harsh truth, dose of reality, however you want to look at it, or whatever
dose
phrase you want. Dose be kind of dropping Kool-Aid on people. But he was actually right last year too. We laughed at him. He's like, I still think we make the playoffs, and we started like laughing. It's like, oh shit, they did almost make the playoffs. Yeah. I mean, Deion's nice like that. But no, I think Jim will be straight. And if I'm making predictions for this week, I could see him catching a tutty. I could visualize it.
We'll see. I mean, Tampa's got a great pass rush. They've got a good secondary. So, obviously, this Lions team is predicated on running the football, so they're going to want to keep running the football and doing that to get a lot of their opportunities. But that play action, man, who's better of a play action target than Jameson Williams?
Not many.
Nobody.
And you have to respect his speed, so that's something Tampa's got to watch out for.
I mean, there was a nice, and by the way, I remember I asked, or I kept teasing J-Mo being in motion, kind of like the Miami Dolphins do with Tyreek and Waddle. Or like, I think in the absence of J-Mo, it was Cleve Raymond filling that role. Cleve Raymond had a couple of those against the Carolina Panthers where they just kind of threw him in motion and then let him run whatever type of route. Like, it's coming, boys.
Yeah.
It's coming. Just allow yourself to relax a little bit.
If Ben Johnson can get plays stolen, he can definitely steal plays from other teams like Miami.
He doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to.
He actually
but
did. He did.
What?
That Cleve Raymond play last week was the same Tyreek Hill play where you get him on a running start and he runs a post down the field and then cuts it in. A quick swim move. It's unguardable.
That's what I just said.
100%.
100%. 100%. Thanks, pal.
You're welcome.
What the fuck were you doing?
I called it out on the stream.
I said just now.
Yeah, well, I called it out on the stream when it happened.
Good for you.
100%.
Who's doing the next read?
100%. You are.
Mark White gonna do you right. Check out Mark White. When you're buying or selling real estate, it's the best place to go. You want to know why? He offers you the flexibility. He has the minute-by-minute listing agreement where you could buy or sell your house, and you cancel the listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty whatsoever, because flexibility meets success when you work with Mark White. Call him at 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
At the Academy Warren, they have a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house that has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field, which also can be used for 7-on-7 football. At the Academy Warren, it features kindergarten through 8th grade with AM and PM latchkey, smaller classroom sizes, a learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, and so much more. The Academy of Warren is now accepting new enrollments, so go and check them out online today at theacademyofwarren.net. Now, back to the heavies.
What up, and welcome back to the World Heavyweights live on WorldSports.com. Hit the like button, 5 stars on all podcast platforms. I can't deal with the gawking. I can't.
It's bad.
I had to turn it on.
It's extra bad.
I mean, JB, are the phone lines working today or no? I know they're kind of delayed in the morning.
They should be working as far as I know, but I mean, let's give it a shot and try it out.
I'll put the phone over the chat. If you guys want to give us a good laugh, call in and tell us why Jared Goff is your Lord and Savior. I'd love to. Actually, wouldn't love to, but we kill some time.
Yeah.
This shit's wild to me. But moving on. What do you want to talk about, Spinny? You tell me. I got reviewing our division picks. I remember what I picked for the AFC North.
Yeah, I don't remember any of my picks.
You don't remember any of yours?
No.
They're all wrong.
Yeah, probably.
No, I think. I took Ravens. You took Bengals.
Yeah. Still time.
We both took Lions.
I took the Ravens.
You took the Ravens too. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the Ravens are almost there.
Yeah.
Bengals do look different. Who's taking the South? The Falcons?
Saints, I think.
Yeah, I think I took the Saints too, yeah. AFC West?
No idea.
Dolphins?
100%.
I think I took the Dolphins.
I think you took the Jets, Spencer.
I think so.
Oh, yeah, I might took the Jets too.
Yeah, you had the Jets top 3.
Yeah. They would have been top 3.
They would have been.
They would have been top 3.
Rip.
Do you think Kirk Cousins gets traded? You've been seeing that floating around today?
I do.
Really?
I do. I mean, it would make sense. They hate the guy.
Yeah.
Everybody hates him on the team. I feel bad for Kirk, but he got his money. Spartan dog, shout out. Go get him somewhere else. I don't know where they'd trade him, whether it be Atlanta or New York, somewhere like that. But they're gonna trade him for sure. They're gonna try to get Caleb Williams, as they should.
He's for sure getting traded in our league. For sure. Because Kirk Cousins is available.
Shut the fuck up.
Chris keeps throwing that out there every single time.
So I think obviously what makes the most sense, or it feels like it makes the most sense, is probably the Jets. But do you do that? And then is that, even though Aaron Rodgers is hurt, is that disrespectful to him? Are you even worried about hurting his feelings because you're trying to win?
No, don't worry about hurting.
Just go and trade for Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, isn't this the last year of his deal, anyways?
Kirk Cousins? Yeah, I think it is. It's either his second to last or last deal.
I can't wait to see how much this man's made in his career.
Oh, he's made a lot. And a lot of it's been guaranteed. He's got the best agent in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, Deshaun's got the best agent in the game. Have you seen that shit, by the way? What's going on with Deshaun Watson? So the doctors have, and you know your body more than anybody else, obviously, but the doctors have cleared Deshaun Watson of his injury to play.
Yeah.
But he's still, he says it's no. And he's sitting out. How do you perceive that? This guy's making 30-something million this year? Or not this year, but
that is pretty wild.
Sounds like a Kawhi Leonard.
Kirk Cousins made $141 million.
You said one more time, Kirk
Cousins? $141 million.
Kirk Cousins made $141 million? Sheesh. Stafford's up there too, though. Look up Stafford's.
Damn.
I'm curious. $141 million. Has Kirk won a playoff game? I'm trying to think.
I think he won one.
Didn't he win one in Washington?
I think he won.
Yeah, because that's where we got that one moment. That
you
like that. Yeah.
Was that a playoff game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was a playoff game.
Stafford has made...
I'm looking up Kirk Cousins' playoff record. Not that, obviously, it's not a quarterback stat, but...
Stafford has made $81 million.
That's it?
Yeah. But...
Wow.
Wait,
what? $141 million?
When he finishes off this contract with the Rams...
Yeah.
He'll be at $165 million.
Okay, that's more like it. Congrats to my boy Stafford.
That is crazy. Next year he's getting 31 in 2024, 27 in 2025, and 26 in 2026.
That is seriously gross.
And that is goat shit. It's goat shit that he was like, no. When they were like,
yeah,
you trying to give us some money back? Or opt out of a couple years? Stafford was like, no.
Nah, fam.
Yeah, I got you on Super Bowl. I'm cashing these fucking checks. I don't blame him.
Kirk Cousins has one playoff game, 26-20. And I guess this can extend to a quarterback extension conversation if you want to piss off some golf people. Or we got a phone call. Who we got, JB?
We got Salty on the line.
Salty.
Salty, my
hopefully
dog.
This works.
Fresh with his cousin. Salty, what's going on, brother?
What up, y'all? What up?
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good. You know, it's good to win. We love it.
Yes, sir.
We do have to calm down a little bit, though. As far as, like, these Goff guys, man, they're nuts. They're crazy.
Insane.
Now, here's the logic behind it. You know, yeah, he's playing the best ball he ever played in his career, which is great. We love that. He's got the best offensive line he's ever had right now.
Mm-hmm.
In order to keep that intact, we got to not pay him $50 million a year, okay? I don't want to lose Amon-Ra. I don't want to lose Panay. I don't want to lose, Jonah Jackson because Goff needs $50 million. Another fun fact, I just looked up, man. I couldn't believe it. Goff has never thrown 30 touchdowns in a year. Can y'all believe that?
That's elite, bro. What are you talking about?
Well, listen, I like how he's doing here. It's great. I'm not in the business of rewarding a player for what he did elsewhere. You see what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah.
We're still the franchise that has one playoff win in 80 years, okay? So I need to see some production. I need to see a playoff win, hang a banner or something before y'all try to drop this man $50 million.
Yes. Now, do you think he'll get it, though, with the way this season's probably going to forecast be?
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. We look real good. We got the best team we had in a long time. They need to keep it up, right? Like, I've seen the Lions start, 5-1, 6-1, and we choked away and didn't even make the playoffs. I watched it happen.
Yeah.
And with a better quarterback, I might add.
That's the thing too. Is like, was Stafford ever considered top 5 outside like that year with McVay?
I think he was. A lot of people thought Stafford had talent, which he did. He was the youngest player to throw for 5,000 yards, right? Like he was great. He's got great arm talent. He just never had a great team, and you know why that was? Because we dumped a boatload of money on him, and we couldn't pay anybody.
Facts. Hey, salty.
So learn from your previous mistakes. Don't pay this dude a bunch of money and then have to get rid of talent that we actually drafted. Now, one more thing, I really, really hate to see, and I know a lot of people are kind of counting them out. We're looking to trade for an edge guy. Houston will be coming back. And if I remember correctly, last year, everyone had his balls deep down their throat, and they were we love Houston. Now it's trade for the first edge guy that comes along. I don't get it, man.
Salty, I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, Salty.
You preaching too, by the way.
Y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Can I go down the list of names real quick?
So, one second. I have to I made a mistake. I read the wrong line.
Okay.
When I was reading their earnings, I read their salary.
Okay.
So their career earnings.
Oh.
So far, Matt Stafford has made $328 million.
Whoa.
And by the end of his contract, he'll be at $422 million.
Holy shit.
And Kirk Cousins' career, he's made $231 million. In, 2022. So the year they won the Super Bowl, right? 2022?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or no, 2021 was the year they won the Super Bowl. But last year, his salary was $1.5 million.
Yeah.
He had a $60 million signing bonus.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? Walking into a room, signing a paper, and getting a $60 million check. No matter what. No matter what. No matter if you don't play it down. I'm rich, guys. You got $60 million in the bank. That's crazy. Damn. In 2017, the Lions paid him $1 million for his salary, and he had a $50 million signing bonus.
Jeez.
That is crazy, dude.
Let me go on, we're going to break real quick. Let me go on this list of names. We'll go to break, and we come back. We'll take this call we got waiting on the line. But Daniel Jones got the bag. How the Giants doing right now?
Bad.
Dak Prescott got the bag.
Bad.
Had to trade Amari Cooper. One of his weapons that made him Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Not doing great.
Not great.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Trash.
Got the bag.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Trash.
Got the bag. Kirk Cousins.
Trash.
Got the bag. Ryan Tannehill.
Trash.
It's a franchise crippling contract. The reason why they're going to gouge you for everything you got is the agents make 10% of the money. Unless Goff is, and actually I will say this about Goff, the newfound Goff with the confidence, it seems like he don't give a fuck, and I love that about him. If he truly wants to win, which I feel like He's been burned before in winning situations. He might not give a fuck about winning anymore. He might want some money. But if he truly wants to win and he does have that don't give a fuck in him, might tell the agent fuck off and sign for like 40-something. 2 years, $40 million. I'd be cool with that, 45.
Stafford's the go for that shit.
It really depends on what Hooker looks like, though.
It's fair.
That's why he hasn't been extended yet.
Tell us about Glorious, Chris.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glorious Cannabis. Just in time for football, Glorious is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good, it's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Jared Goff. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. They are so smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off using the code Woodward. That is gloriouscanna.com.
Glorious! Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment sales, service, and parts, carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more. Servicing the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipco.com. Outdoor Equipment Company, your power equipment playground.
What up, welcome back to Heavyweights Live on sports.com. I'm Easy, Spin More Rax, Young Chris, JB Smooth. Guys can make money on the side. It's getting easier, says Patrick Opheria. That's been a thing for a while, Pat. And every time a new position contract signed, it's the highest of its history.
Yeah.
It don't matter, man. These
You
guys
think
sign
Goff's
big
just going
deals.
to take a $30 million contract? I'll get some commercials.
Yeah. Goff don't really do commercials at all now. Now I'm thinking about it.
Oh, my wife's a supermodel.
Yeah. I mean, Tom Brady had a wife that was going to back. He was taking some discounts. I mean, but it's just that simple.
Tom Brady was consistently winning Super Bowls, though.
But again, though, it's just that simple. Tom Brady also was consistently taking pay cuts.
Yeah.
Tom Brady had only been the highest paid quarterback at one time in his league. Guess when it was? The second year in Tampa. And by paid, I mean, I'm talking about the salary cap. And don't listen to Neil Rule. He just talks the talk. Salary cap is a thing. AAV is how you break it down on an average. But salary cap is what matters. How you structure these teams. And Brian Burns is good too. But,
Brian Burns is good.
I put Ivy drop in here, Chris, but that was like for that was my spitball and stuff.
We already kind of discussed that part.
Well,
of it.
Relax. Don't even do it. It's a buzzkill.
What do you mean? It's not a buzzkill. It's the end of the show.
That's what I'm saying. It's a buzzkill for people. When they hear that, they're like, "Oh, all right. I guess it's time to get going." No. And I hate that it turns into like a. I hate that it turns to like an anti-golf thing because it's really not that. I've said he's good. I just won't say the thing these fucking weirdos want to say. They want me to curl up next to his flaccid penis and put it in my mouth along with them, and I'm not doing that. It's
Jesus, man.
That's what they're doing. It's just crazy.
Hey, yo!
Like, it's crazy that I can tell you this guy's good. It's crazy that like, right before last season started, I told you they're going to win games. I can say win upwards of 10 games because Jared Goff's got some stuff around him, and I like Ben Johnson. But it's just not good enough for him. Mm-hmm. They need to hear that he's an MVP candidate. When fucking in actuality, in all fucking reality, he is not. Go to Sportsbook right now. Find me one where he's top 5. Find me one where he's top 3. You won't. It doesn't exist in the fucking realm of reality. It blows my fucking mind.
Let's see here.
Why can't I be a fucking Lions fan? Why do I have to fucking gobble Jared Goff alongside with it? Why can't I root for my team? Are you a fan of this? Are you a fan of the fucking Roaring Lion? Are you a fan of the Detroit Lions? Then get the fuck off the dick. Because what's going to help the Detroit Lions if they have a quarterback on a rookie contract? We've been over this thing 1,000 fucking times already. Sorry for swearing so much. It just blows my mind. What are you rooting for here? Are you rooting for Jared Goff solely and only?
Jared Goff
you got 5 more years of that. Or are you rooting for the franchise? Pick a side.
Jared Goff is 10th in MVP odds.
Oh, I know. Trust me, I know. I got $327 right now for Detroit supremacy, and it's coming my way.
Who's ahead of him?
Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Tua, and Mahomes. He is right above Dak Prescott, Michael. He is right ahead of Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, Joe Burrow, and Matt Stafford.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hey,
that was just, you couldn't have named a better name.
Are you? Because you were going. You said he could be top 5.
I think he could get a vote. No, so you said he wouldn't get any MVP votes. That's what I was arguing with.
Oh, JB, I think you were on that side.
MVP votes.
Top 5. Finish top 5.
Top 5. He can probably finish top 5, but
stay on that side.
Like, he's not making it top 3 or even getting close to this MVP that we're talking about here.
No, fuck no, he's not.
I do think, honestly, I'm with you, Easy, right now. I don't think he's going to get any top 5 votes, but I do have reserve a right to change. If this team wins 13 or 14 games, I feel like how would he not get 1 or 2 votes? Like, how would that conversation not?
Brandon Bowlesby says it's a white thing.
How do you not?
I know, that's my favorite.
Shut the fuck up, man.
I'm fucking...
I'm white. Like, what?
I'm white.
We don't know what you are, but I'm white.
It just sucks, bro. Because I have to sound like a hater. I can't deal with that shit. I wish I could. I just want to like the guy. I want to root for my fucking team. Like you fucking weirdos coming out of nowhere saying this fucking.
He made Ben Johnson. He made Sean McVay.
Oh man! Hey!
1 touchdown against the Chiefs. 1 touchdown, 1 interception against the Falcons. 1 touchdown, 1 interception against the Packers. Get the fuck off his dick. Fuck's sake, man.
He made Ben Johnson.
Made Ben Johnson. Played great, though. He's playing great. Against the Carolina Panthers. He'll play good this week, though, too. He's good. Just not in the conversation these people trying to put him in. Not in the conversation of a $50 million contract, and I'm going to sit here and be comfortable with it, knowing that the guy who fucking made him is going to leave to become a head coach. And the reality is, you know what, bro? I say that all the time. Look at the New York Giants. It would have made zero fucking sense to pay Daniel Jones that money. But they had a little bit of success with it, and they did it, and they fucked themselves. So you know what? The Lions probably ended up fucking themselves too. But they did the smart thing, and they drafted a Hendon Hooker to be just in case. And if he doesn't look the way, and they're going to have a limited time with him this back half of the year. And if he doesn't look that way they want him to, I bet they draft somebody again next year.
Yeah.
Brad Holmes isn't a dummy. He's prepared. But I'm also preparing myself for the Lions to get fucked. Makes me sad. Thanks you golf fucking gobblers for making me think about all that shit. Assholes. Hit the like button. Well, appreciate you guys joining.
Well, appreciate you guys joining the show. Make sure you like and share the
Sports, at
stream.
Spinmorex, at the real Chris Platte, at JB
for
up next.
Chris, for JV, I'm Spencer. We're the heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Oh, we had one more call. I forgot. Fuck.